What's good, YouTube? Back with another video. In today's video, we are going to discuss some items you should be aware of as it pertains to economic data that is scheduled for this week. I'm going to start with the Fear and Greed Index. You see here, we are in fear. We were at one point headed back to a neutral state. And not too long ago, we were in extreme fear territory. So, when it comes down to the market, of course, as we know, it is the sentiment that is going to dictate price action in the market. Right now, a little bit more on that fearful side. So it's definitely something to consider. But the main thing that I wanted to put on your radar is this week is going to present some opportunities as we have tomorrow JOLTS job openings at 10 a.m. But the most important thing to note, definitely have it on your radar at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday. We got the Fed interest rate decision at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. And then we also have the Fed press conference at 2:30. So that is when they'll discuss the decision. All of this information is just based on the rate cut. We are slated more towards getting that rate cut. So that is something that I think the market is expecting. It is likely going to have a lot of volatility surrounding that decision, but I think that's in both directions. So with that being said, just wanted to put it on your radar because this week, I would say over the next few days, you're going to get some opportunities in both directions. And I think that if you are on the right side of the trade, it can actually be very lucrative. But with that being said, right now, we're just looking at the chart in Asia session. My time, it is 8 p.m., essentially 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this was our price action for the day. So essentially 920 candle, 925, 930. They just started out, hey, some bearish momentum. We had a break of the London low. And once they broke that level, so that was right here, we did have a retest and we continued to push down. We did get some recovery down at these levels. We're not going to really go too much into it. Plan to pop back in tomorrow and maybe we'll do some chart work, take a trade pretty much in live time during New York session. Actually did take a trade last night. So for today's trading session, I just stuck with my trade from Asia session last night, made roughly $600. So no need to take a trade today, but tomorrow we'll likely hop on the charts, try to see, what the market is looking like in the morning. Again, we have JOLTS job openings tomorrow at 10 Central Standard Time. So a little bit of volatility may surround that. But again, the big thing to keep in mind is the FOMC meeting for 2 p.m. where the data will be released in that meeting at 2:30 on Wednesday. So as you can see, the market really trying to regain some of the levels from where we dropped, very likely going to happen. So it should be a very interesting next couple of days. So definitely keep this on your radar. We'll dive a little bit more into this information and just some of the things that I think people should be aware of as it pertains to trading and not just being too focused on your strategy, indicators, making money right now. There are so many things that you should be aware of in addition to the charts. And those are the external factors that are going to move the market. So I think that this rate decision is very critical to what we can expect for the next coming week. Then it's also going to really be the deciding factor on how the remainder of the year plays out. Are we going to get that Santa Claus rally? Essentially we've been bullish, so it can go both ways. And if you know, we can get that rate cut and then they can decide to sell off the market. They could shock us. I don't see that happening where we wouldn't see a rate cut happen, but that could also be a possibility. So nothing is certain here. Only those who know, of course, we'll find out on Wednesday. But the main thing that I think is important and something that you should definitely keep in mind is protecting yourself this week. So again, we'll speak to this a little bit more tomorrow as we're on the charts trying to find a trade setup. But I think it's those external things. A lot of people are too focused on the trade setup, the indicator, my strategy, how much money can I make, my stop loss, my TP. Sometimes you do have to take a step back and understand where you are on the overall spectrum, big picture. What is the overall trend for whatever you're trading? I mean, not being too focused right now on right now we're on the 5-minute chart. Some people are just only on the 5-minute, the 1 minute. Like zoom out, take a look at the monthly, the weekly. What is the overall trend? What are some of those external factors that are likely going to have an impact on price, that are going to create volatility, but at the same token, more importantly, should be an indicator for you to take a step back and assess things, protect yourself, have, your trade setups be at great levels. So we'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow. We'll hop on the charts. Hopefully we can find a trade setup. But nonetheless, we'll definitely plan to do that, take a trade more so in real time. I had the opportunity to take a trade tonight for Asia session, but I'm gonna take a step back. I did a trade last night, so we'll hop on the charts tomorrow and try to see what we can make happen in real time, New York session, maybe even that early part of London / pre-market session. But just a real quick video. Definitely be on the lookout for some of the catalysts that are on the calendar this week. You're gonna have volatility in both directions. Make sure you protect yourself. Be smart. You may want to de-risk. Definitely don't be over leveraged. And I'm bringing these things up because some people may know about the catalyst this week, but that's major. As far as volatility goes, you don't want to be on the wrong side, especially if you're not using a stop loss, or even if you are. Some people just put a random stop loss on and it gets hit because it's at a bad level. So again, we'll see what we can catch tomorrow morning. We'll hop on the charts, but that's just a real quick video update for today. Just putting that on your radar. Be aware for some of the things that we have this week. Like I said, we have JOLTS tomorrow. We have FOMC on Wednesday, Thursday, initial jobless claims. If you're going to be in this game, be in the game as a professional. Be aware of everything that moves the markets, from economic data, company earnings. But that wraps it up for this one. As always, level up your mind, level up your trading, and more importantly, level up your life. Catch you on the next one.